What podcast reviewer 37 describes as an indiscriminate hellish ride that I would not wish on my worst enemy. The industry's elite have said time and again, man, fuck those guys. Get ready, if your ears had butts, they'd about to be fucked. Welcome to the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show. Oh yeah. Back for another fucking episode of the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show. This is just gonna be a quick one. I'm just telling you now. This is just gonna be a quick one. And I know I say that all the time and we end up going like 30 minutes, but who knows? The intention of this is just to probably be a quick one because I don't think I have a whole lot, or we have a whole lot to talk about today. But funny, hopefully, stories and things nonetheless. Anyways, if you want to follow us, you can follow us at Game Rage Magazine. Go to Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Mag, Twitter/X at Game Rage Magazine. You can follow us on, or Game Rage Mag at Twitter/X. You can go to YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. Also, you can follow Adam at Game Rage, or not, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking tired. I've been talking way too much tonight. This is already our 7th fucking episode of the night. But anyways, Adam is at All Gas No Trash Official. You can go listen to All Gas No Trash, the podcast. Additionally, if you like anime, you can go listen to Frank's anime podcast at, man, he should have called it Frank's Anime Podcast. Anime Syndicate at anime_syndicate_podcast on Instagram. I'm Josh, since I forgot to say who the fuck I am. I'm here today with Adam. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to give a little quick update on my internet situation that me and Frank talked about the other day. And then I forgot to talk about my skin cancer doctor, my dermatology appointment that I went to. Because I actually did go, obviously. I talked about needing to go for it with that fucking mole. So
it's like, you're going to need to get that checked out. Yeah, that's my penis, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, well, first of all, I mean, when he walked in, he did ask me why I was completely butt naked. And I was like, well, I mean, I want you to check everything. He's like, yeah, but you don't need to be butt naked for that. And I'm like, well, how are you going to check everything? And he's like, well, you can put the gown on, like, and then when I'm ready, then we can, like, you know, I was like, oh, then I'll get butt naked. Okay, cool. So whatever. I put the gown on. So whatever. He's telling me, he's like, he literally says, he looks at the thing. He's like, what you come in here for? And now listen, I'm not trying to sound like culturally insensitive or racist, but he did sound
which is
just
exactly
like
what you're doing by prefacing
yeah,
those exact words.
He did just sound exactly like the Chinese guy from South Park with, oh, I got a lot of money. Like, he sounded just like that. So imagine, and I want you to know that so you can imagine what I'm thinking as I'm sitting here, and he goes, oh, let's see, what'd you come in for? They came in for more? Okay, got a little more bleeding, okay. And he's like, he's looking at it, and he's like, oh, let me see. He pulls out, and it was kind of cool. He pulled out this little fucking magnifying glass, and it had this, like, UV light on it, and he's looking at it, he's like,
burned the fuck out of it.
Well, no, he's just looking at it, and he was like, oh, yeah, it's very nice. Okay, it's very nice. It's more, okay, it's got a little bit of thing, okay. He's like, no, that's fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he says, so he looks at me, and he says, yeah, that's nothing. You don't need to worry about that. That's just an inflamed mole. And I said, oh, cool. And so then I said, well, obviously, like, you know, I was butt naked. So, like, do you think we could just check all of them? And so he's like, okay. So he's going around, he's looking at me, and he literally says, oh, wow, you got a lot of mole. You got a lot of mole. And I was like, yeah, I'm covered in them. And he says, oh, this is definitely very, very interesting. Very interesting. You got over 200 moles on your body. That's what he told me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking aware of that. And so he
Why
said,
did you say that number? Like, he could just do that off the top of his head.
Because he could. This guy is a savant when it comes to fucking moles. So he goes through and he checks my whole body out, right? And so he's pulling out his little thing. He's checking things. So then he gets to this one that I have on my right arm, like on my kind of like tricep area. And he's like, He makes it, And I was like, oh, that's not good. And he's continuing looking at it. And he goes, this one, very interesting, very interesting. And I said, okay. So then he moves on. He goes to my back and he's like, more interesting. And then I had one that was on like my stomach, like on my like kind of side, looking at that one. And he's like, yes. Like he kind of almost went, interesting this is. Like, and so I'm like, son of a bitch. Like he's checking out other ones. He checks my whole body. My gooch, checks my butthole, like everywhere. He looked inside my pee hole. I don't know how he did that, but he sure as shit went in there. And
maybe he's like fucking Ant-Man or the Atom, where he could just he takes a pill and he just fucking shrinks in size and dives right in.
So then he looks at me and he basically says, okay, you have 3 moles that are very interesting. All right. And I said, what do you mean by interesting? And he says, they're just interesting. And I'm like, again, what does that mean? It just means I'd like to take a sample of them. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what, you want to take a sample of them because they're suspicious? They're just interesting. Interesting, like you've never seen this before, or interesting, like you know what this is, but you don't want to freak me out. I don't know if I've ever seen anything really like this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's not good. So then he's like, yeah, I just would like to take samples of them. These are the only ones I'm concerned about. Everything else, you're fine. I said, okay. Well, I told him, I said, I'm sure you can imagine my concern as I came in here for one issue that I thought was a problem. And instead of leaving with that one being nothing or being something, now I'm leaving with 3 different ones that I had no idea were a fucking problem. So I'm a little concerned. And so then he says, yeah, we're gonna get you into the first available appointment that we have to get these checked out. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm thinking it's gonna be like later in the week because this is on a Monday. Man, fucking September 19th, like a whole month. I was like, obviously you must not be that concerned if I've got to wait a month to get these things biopsied. And basically what's gonna happen is what I was told, is they're just gonna go in and they're gonna take a giant scoop out of it. And he said, it's going to be such a good scoop that it's going to take like months for this to heal. Like you cannot go swimming or in any bodies of water for 2 months after we do this. I was like, damn, okay, well that sounds fucking pretty serious to me. So he then tells me, oh yeah, by the way, you should also probably start wearing UV protective clothing. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he hands me this fucking booklet and he's like, oh yeah, they make UV clothing, and it's SPF 50 UV clothing comes from the factory like that. And I said, how much are these things? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And I said, oh, well, there's no prices in it, so I'm sure it's fucking expensive. And so then I jokingly asked him, hey, so how much of a kickback do you get from these guys for pushing their fucking stuff? And he just fucking looked at me and he just fucking laughed and he's just like, basically, never bought it with the Chinese, man. So I was like, God damn it. So I was like, man, what? I don't know what to think, because now I'm just, okay, obviously I know he wanted to scare me into buying these things, these clothes, because I looked them up and it's like $60 for a shirt. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way. I'm not paying $60 fucking for a t-shirt.
Can't you just wear a sweater everywhere or a hoodie?
No, he said that okay, again, I don't know because I'm not a fucking doctor. But what this guy's hawking to me is that, oh, your clothing any clothing you wear has an SPF of 7. That's it. And he's like, even if you're wearing long sleeves and you don't put sunscreen on, you're still going to you might not get a red sunburn, but you're still getting enough radiation to give you cancer. And I'm like, God damn it. So I can't even go to T-Shirt Mart and just buy like $3 long sleeve shirts and fucking make it happen. No, they want me to spend fucking $75 a goddamn shirt. Fuck, it was $60 for a t-shirt. It was like $87 or $86 for a fucking long sleeve shirt.
You might be like a fucking human solar panel.
I feel like we should figure out how to harness the ginger fucking radiation absorption and see if we can convert that to an unlimited source of energy. And then maybe that's what we do. We just have a bunch of gingers and plug them into solar panels, and then they work fucking just 9 to 5 during the day, and then we just charge up all the electricity, you know? That's where true innovation can happen. So anyways, now I basically have this fucking appointment set for whatever, 2 weeks or a month from now. And that's when, and then I'll find out 2 weeks later what it is, and if it's anything that I gotta have like removed. I'm hoping it's just gonna end up being nothing, and I'm just being fucking overly dramatic. But, I don't know.
Sounds like a good time.
Fuck the health and care industrial fucking complex, man. Fucking bunch of assholes. And then, secondarily, with the Spectrum issue that I was having, I will say, I would love to be able to talk mad shit about Spectrum, but like, they're not like Verizon or any of the other fucking companies I have problems with, because Spectrum actually takes care of me. And I don't think they do it out of obligation to the customer. I think they do it because they're afraid someone's going to go to the FCC and say that, hey, I'm not getting internet from these guys, and they're the only option I have in my area. This is bullshit. And then the FCC is going to go, let's look into this. Oh, you guys are segmenting areas of cities where you're going to make it so that you're the only one available. Oh, that's not fucking fair. That's basically a monopoly in this fucking area, so you can't do that. So, because I will say at my apartment, and I had AT&T, I could choose from AT&T or Spectrum. Neither of them ever fucking came out for anything. It would take me forever to get to someone on the phone, and I'd always talk to someone in India. Most of the time when I call Spectrum, I always talk to someone in America. And shit, they literally, when I called, because I guess I told the story about getting the fucking, the modem. But I called and yeah, they literally sent the technician out the next morning. I called like 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. They had somebody here between 9 and 10 a.m. And this motherfucker showed up at 9 a.m. right on time. And even better, they sent an Angels fan to fucking be my technician. They sent the guy who likes the Angels. We were talking shit about the Dodgers the whole time. It was fucking so great. I was like,
didn't.
I did. I literally told him, I said, goddamn. I said, I wish my buddy Adam was here so that he could hear us talking all this shit and saying, fuck the Dodgers. And it was so great. It was so good. It was fucking awesome. And the reason he even said anything was because I fucking didn't, I was going to put the little hair tie in, but I didn't fucking do it. So I just threw on my Angels hat and let him in and we were talking. He's like, oh, you're an Angels fan, huh? And I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. And he's like,
as if it's a point of pride.
yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, me too. And I was like, oh, no way, fucking cool. And I was like, he's like, I know a lot of people that are Dodger fans. And I was like, oh yeah, they're all fucking idiots. And he's like, oh yeah, they are all fucking idiots. And I was like, so yeah, we had a good time talking about how much we hate the Dodgers and, Shohei Ohtani's a piece of shit.
The Angels and you don't even pay attention to them and you're a piece of shit.
That's not true. None of those things are true.
Yeah, all the things.
I mean, I'll say this. He knew a lot more about fucking like players that I'd never even fucking heard of in the farm system that I don't give a shit about. So I just fucking, so anyways, but he came, he basically was like, okay, so he gave me a new modem. Fucking everything worked great, perfectly. Except I was kind of like getting slow internet.
He said he was going to take you to your September 19th.
Yeah, he said he was going to take me to my appointment. Neither you or Frank offered to do that, so fuck you both. All right, this guy's already fucking my best friend. He's coming over next week for drinks and fucking steaks. Yeah. All right, he literally also grew up the street from me in one of those houses up there. So we were talking about that. He's like, oh yeah, my parents lived up there, and I was like, goddamn. So then essentially, what he told me is that because they had to put this a couple years ago. They had to put this filter on the line because they said that the line was like really hot. Like the signal was super hot and they couldn't tell me why. So he was telling me that basically when he's doing the readings now, he's like, I think that there's something impinging the line, like that's under the ground that goes to the street. It's either maybe like the little tunnel that they dug caved in and maybe like a rock like slammed through the line and it chipped it, or not chipped it, but it like kind of cut it a little bit and it's like touching the rock. So it's like amplifying and like shorting it or whatever. Cause he's like, you shouldn't have to be going through one internet router every fucking 12 to 18 months.
Which probably says that whatever one you've been buying for like the last year, none of them are defective.
It wasn't even their problem. It was literally because he was telling me like, cause I was like, well, wouldn't it burn out the modem quicker? And he's like, the modem's just like a pass-through device. So he's like, basically, if the signal's coming in hot, it's going to put it out hot. And so then he's like, and he said, our shit is designed to like, work with that. But he's like, those ones you're using probably aren't designed to take that hot of a signal. And so, yeah, it takes 12 to 18 months, but it eventually burns out the processor and it burns shit out and then it just won't connect anymore. So he's like, that's probably what's happening. And so he's like, once they fix this, you shouldn't have any issues with the modems again. So I'm like, cool. So basically, they're going to come out and dig another fucking thing, upgrade the line and put in a new line. And because my neighbor had that done. I guess they were having maybe a similar problem.
Did they charge you for this service?
Nope, totally free.
And what about this visit?
Zero. No charge. Nothing. Even gave me the new modem, fucking brought me all this shit. I was asking him about the Wi-Fi thing because I was asking about the router that they have because they have a 6E router, and I was telling him I was trying to get stats on it, and nobody would fucking tell me what the fucking stats are. And I can't. You look online and you really can't find anything either. And he told me, he's like, listen, I can tell you right now that whatever you have here is better than what the fucking Spectrum has. And he's like, if you're a power user and you use like a lot of bandwidth, he's like, don't even fucking bother with ours. Like, it's not like, I said, yeah, I have like whatever at any given time potentially up to like 15 devices connected, maybe even more. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, don't even fucking bother. He's like, just keep what you got. And he's like, the aftermarket ones are better for people like you. And I was like, cool. Like, I like that answer because you're telling me the truth and you're not telling me some bullshit to get me to pay the $7 a month for, you know, the shitty fucking Spectrum one. Because if he would have told me, hey man, this one's basically the same, I would have paid the $7 a month just to have that one. But I like that he didn't lie to me. So anyways, so they're coming on Thursday. They already got it set up 4 days. He's like, oh, yeah, we put this in right now. They called me 5 minutes after he left. And they were like, yep, we'll be there Thursday. We're going to dig up the line and put in a new one.
Go mow your lawn.
Yeah, mow your fucking lawn.
Take
We're going to
dogs on a walk.
Yep. We're even going to send some fucking lady over here. She's going to jerk you off in the back real quick. Like, fucking absolutely. Whatever you need, buddy. And just please don't call the FCC on us. That's like basically the gist I get out of it. And so that's cool. Hey, listen, I'm kind of cool with only having one option if they're going to treat me this well. If there was a second option that came in and then I'm going to get treated shitty by both, well, fuck it. I'd rather just keep this prime king treatment going and just fucking let it keep ripping.
Fuck, man. Maybe we shill Spectrum.
Hey, man.
If necessary.
Game Rating Magazine brought to you by fucking Spectrum. Or
we
maybe
we didn't sell out. We bought in.
We bought in, yeah. Who knows? Anyways, I think that was pretty much all I had. What did you have anything?
Yeah, man. This probably could have been saved for Game Rage Movies and TV, but it's not really anything to go at length talking about. But I did have the opportunity to see the last third of the Flash movie, and I gotta say, like, I'm glad the whole Snyderverse bullshit is over. I know this was the thing to kind of pivot away from maybe starting a new universe with like what's his name, James Gunn. What's his name?
Yeah, James Gunn.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
The new director who's potentially starting like the new DC cinematic universe. But man, that movie was so fucking ass. I mean, it was cool to see Michael Keaton as Batman again. The last third with like the whole fight sequence, and they had these things called Chrono Bowls where it was like when the Flash would go through time because of how fast he runs, you would see something like reels of moments.
Oh, okay.
So like he just kept going back to these moments to prevent certain people from dying because Michael Keaton Batman like ends up dying and he's like, oh, let me go back in time so we can fix this. And then they end up doing that with like a few other characters, Supergirl, who is like the Superman figure within the movie. They're trying to prevent all these things, and it's like they come to the realization that like this world has to fucking die. And it's all done with this like shittily done CGI where barely anybody that's distinguishable is. They have like General Zod coming back from like the Man of Steel movie.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they actually got him. They just did the voice acting and they did like a 3D version of him or a CGI version of him because his face looked fucked in like every fucking scene, dude.
That's terrible.
And then on top of that, like, oh man, it was just so horrendous. Like, man, DC needs to fuck off, like, for making movies, or Warner Brothers needs to fuck off for making comic book movies for a while. Like, sure, we got this Joker Part Due or whatever the fuck it's called. But that's like something that's standalone and doesn't have anything to do with the greater DC universe in terms of movies. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think they just need to stop trying to create a multiverse like the way Marvel does and just do what they've been doing with the Joker, which is letting each thing exist on its own and not try to have multiple fucking things try to connect to each other because they clearly can't fucking do it.
Yeah, true. Fucking assholes. I didn't see the movie, so I have no fucking idea if it's good or bad. I'm just gonna take your word for it and assume that's fucking terrible because it probably is.
And also, I just want to quickly say that Wally West. I don't know. Okay, so Barry Allen is supposed to be the character that's the Flash. Mm-hmm. But Ezra Miller doesn't represent any qualities of fucking Barry Allen whatsoever. It's like this Crow business. The movie got panned like critically, and it doesn't resemble anything of like the original source material. So it's like, oh, it's just what's his name? The guy that played it. What's his name? The Skarsgård.
Oh yeah. Kellen Skarsgård is that his name?
The other one, I don't. Alex Skarsgård. I don't know. Alexander Skarsgård. That guy played the Crow. And they just completely changed everything to the point that it's unrecognizable from like the source material. So it's like, why the fuck did they even bother making this movie? Why not just make an action movie where this guy comes back from the dead?
Yeah.
And just make it generic. Like, why do you have to fucking why do you have to soil the good name of the Crow?
Yeah, it's true. Fucking assholes. Bastards. Anyways, real quick, I just want to give an update on the numbers because I think it's funny.
Okay.
So obviously we're going to be doing our September episode. Our September 1st BFN episode is going to be us celebrating the numbers, hopefully.
Not hopefully.
No, hopefully. We're going to be celebrating hitting 2K. But this month so far, we're ahead of schedule. We're on track. We right now on the 25th of the month, right? Because as of the numbers were of the 25th. We should be 64.5 times 25 equals 1612, and we're at 1741. So,
Is that right?
yeah, we should be at 1612, and we're 128.5 ahead.
64. What was the number?
64.5 times 25.
1612.
Yeah, and we're at 1741 right now.
So wait, how many days are we ahead then?
Well, we need 64.5, so we're basically 2 and some change ahead. 2 days and a little change.
Okay.
Or no, wait. 120. We're basically almost 2 days. I think we're a little under 2 days.
Okay, yeah. Like a day and
Like a day and 9/10 essentially ahead, which is good. So we're heavily on track to hit 2K. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
less than a week.
6 days left, right, in the month, and so we're on track. I feel like we're definitely gonna hit it, probably Thursday or Friday, which is the 29th or the 30th. So,
well, regardless of what happens, fucking going hard on Thursday.
oh yeah, we're hitting it, and we're not just hitting it. We're gonna exceed
if
it.
I get any idea that we're only at 1950, or if we look at the numbers, we're only at 1950, man. Fuck, we're gonna make 10 goddamn episodes.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We're gonna plan this week. We're gonna plan to we're on Monday or tomorrow or today. Today, yeah. Today, when I'm driving to the slave matrix job, we're gonna fucking do our weekly powwow of topics, and we need to make like 10 episodes available to fucking pop the shit out. So I think we should for sure start Severance. I think we should start that this week so we can have one of those still.
Okay.
And then we can. So we already got at least 3 covered. Hell, maybe even 6 if we want to be assholes. But 3 covered for sure. And then I think there's 7 other episodes we can come up with.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so that's where we're at. So,
After this,
10K. 10K is what they're going to be calling
then
us.
maybe you guys could take us seriously, or maybe you don't. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. We don't give a shit, just as long as you keep listening. Anyways, all right. You got anything else to add?
Nope.
All right, cool. That's it. That's it for us for this episode. So this was kind of a short one, 23 minutes. Anyways, I'll mute your mic so you can go take a shit. Anyways, if you want to follow us, you can follow us at Game Rage Magazine on Instagram and TikTok, at Game Rage Mag, Twitter/X. YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. Also, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com if you want to go there and see all of our stuff. Furthermore, if you want, you can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. You can listen to the All Gas No Trash podcast. If you like Frank and you want to follow him, you can go to I just blanked on it. Anime_syndicate_podcast. And you can fucking listen to him talk about anime on that one. It's pretty good. Anyways, all right, that's it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next one.